When Jim and Deb DeVecchi stepped onto the Portsmouth Abbey campus in 1973, the school was quite a different place. The indoor hockey rink was newly completed. St. Elred's, St. Hugh's, and St. Leonard's houses had just opened, and the student body consisted of all boys. Jim and Deb were at the beginning of their married lives and their teaching careers.
Jim was my pre-calculus teacher.
Taking calculus, he was very patient with me.
He was very kind to me because math was not my strength.
He was the assistant coach for golf.
Jim was our basketball coach, and it was the first time he had ever coached basketball.
He has been a parent himself with both his sons having graduated from the Abbey.
To me, over the years, he's been a bit of a mentor and just a good friend.
And so I think it's a unique perspective that he brings to the conversation that I found quite welcoming at the end of the day, and instilled in us the confidence to send our daughters here.
I think Jim's greatest legacy to Portsmouth Abbey is the character of the school that he grew and built upon during his tenure.
There was a whole sense of purpose when you're at Portsmouth Abbey, and I think that really started with Dr. DeVecchi being headmaster.
We saw our daughter blossom in ways that we never thought possible.
In each one of us that was his student or his friend or his mentoree, he left a lasting impression which we still take with us. Besides anything else, I think that is one of the most important contributions he's made to hundreds and hundreds of young students who are now family, parents, or successful professionals.
The leadership Jim has set and the tone that he has set here has been outstanding.
They were perfect representatives of the community that is the Abbey, and what they provided with their presence and work only enhanced the feeling of community.
That whole sense of community, I know, was a big part of what Dr. DeVecchi wanted to create here.
It's a community of respect, I think, among the students and the faculty.
I remember when he was director of studies, I'd rather not be called into his office because I knew that there was something he was going to ask me to do that I didn't want to do. But Jim is always, he's such a friendly guy and such a good guy, and has given himself 100% to the place anyway, that it was really very hard, in fact impossible, to say no to his requests.
It's a community dedicated to learning, and it's a community dedicated to balance. And so there's academic rigor, there's athletic rigor, and there's frankly rigor in pursuit of faith.
He was obviously very grounded in the traditions of the school, but also was committed to his excellence as a school, not just as a monastery or not just as a religious community, but also kind of the academic side of things.
I think it's a credit to Jim to say that he's really willing to listen and understand that times change, needs change, and we always felt like he was listening and reactive.
Today it takes only a cursory visit to the campus, or even just to the website, to see the many additions and improvements to the school's buildings and facilities. Even more importantly, it is evident that the student body is a most impressive group of talented young men and women.
I think he took us from a 20th century institution to a 21st century, again with all the green initiatives, with the building of the Squash and Fitness Center, with the fountains, the basketball courts next to the art building.
We've expanded so much in living quarters and dining quarters, the church and everything like that. Our life has become much better during his years.
When you come onto the campus now versus 5 years ago, the architecture and the new buildings and everything hits you right away.
We have wonderful additional residences for faculty. We've beefed up development opportunities for our faculty.
Anything that I have wanted to attend that would further my teaching expertise, he's been incredibly supportive of.
And I'm impressed with the quality of the faculty, about their passion for teaching kids, and their humor. And I really attribute that to the whole hiring process that Jim has overseen creating the type of community that really lives the mission of the school.
It's got a global presence in its name that was never here before that he's brought to the school.
The biggest change I notice is that there are a lot of people from China, from Korea, from places that school certainly never got students from.
And he does this in the most, unassuming way, as you know. He just goes and tells his story and puts out the net, and people come.
Jim has treated each person he has met with integrity, and he has led constructively with a sense of purpose and kindness always at hand. He has touched thousands in a deep and transcendent way.
I think in many, many ways, in almost every significant way, the school is healthier and better than it was when I was here as a student. It's a happier place, the facilities are better, the programs are more dynamic, and Jim was at the heart of everything that's happened in the last 40 years here. And he has a lot to be proud of, and we have a lot to be proud of having him be our headmaster.
He's really touched the key important aspects of the school, and he's built upon each one, and I think he'll be remembered for multiple accomplishments.
You couldn't have asked for a better person to take the school through the changes that it's been through.
He's very approachable, he has an open door policy, he works very well with the students, he works very well with the parents, and he's always there for everybody.
I think of Jim DeVecchi as my friend, and I value that.
Name your places: the graveyard, gazebo, winter garden, Zen garden, the bay. Each of us has a list, and the DeVecchis have together been stewards of those lists. More importantly, they were stewards of the list makers, of the students and the school. In tandem with the monks, they have both preserved and cultivated the school so that it has grown into a finer, stronger place, at once modern and traditional, open to change and yet dedicated to core values. My hat is off to them. Well played, Jim and Deb, as fine a round as anyone might hope to see.
For 30 years, the DeVecchis have graced our campus, teaching, house parenting, coaching, worshiping at the Abbey Church, hosting alumni, students, and friends, and always supporting and modeling our mission. Please join me in congratulating both of them on a job very well done and a mission well lived.